Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for game week 17 and the transfers that I'm thinking of making. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment what players are you thinking of bringing in for game week 17, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, at the back, we do have Sanchez in goal, who has Sheffield United at home. Unfortunately, though, coming off in that Everton fixture with an injury, I did take a -4 for him in game week 16, which was really annoying because obviously Turner played and got 3 points anyway. So, I basically just lost 4 points for no reason at all. Now, Sanchez actually apparently injured himself in the United fixture, but they gave us no information about that. If I'd known that he'd been any kind of injury doubt, then of course I would not have brought him in, but they kept that very much on the down low, which was really annoying. Still waiting for some information on what this kind of injury is. I know it's a knee problem. I really hope he's back for Sheffield United at home because it would be really annoying to take a -4 and then just not have him at all for like the next few game weeks. If he is out, I'm probably just going to play Turner at home to Spurs this week. Don't even know if he's even going to play. I can't see them like swapping to Turner and then swapping straight away back. I think they'll give Turner a run of games now, now that they've kind of like brought him back into the starting 11. But yeah, if Sanchez is out, then I'm just going to play Turner. There's no way I'm making back-to-back goalkeeper transfers. If I have to play with 10 men, I'm going to play with 10 men and just hope that Sanchez is back in a couple of weeks or something. But yeah, really annoying because it was my first hit of the season. It's probably been like one of my most unluckiest hits since I've started playing FPL. But hopefully he is okay. Sheffield United at home would obviously be a really nice fixture for Sanchez. I only did it because I wanted like a guaranteed kind of Chelsea defender or / goalkeeper for the really good run of fixtures, and the one I bring in gets injured straight away. But yeah, hopefully he is good to play. I think Areola actually had a price drop last night as well, so even more people now are getting rid of Areola, especially because he missed the last game. There's obviously like Dubravka and stuff that you could potentially bring in, but now apparently there's like a lot of information about that Newcastle are going to be looking for a goalkeeper in January. So he's obviously been brought in. They've conceded, what, like 7 goals? Yeah, they've got some nice fixtures coming up, but then he's also going to not be the start. He's not going to be the #1 when they bring in a new goalkeeper in January. So I don't think it's really worth bringing in Dubravka at this point, for me anyway. If you have him, obviously you just play him for the next 3 fixtures because they're really good. But if you don't have him yet, I don't think it's really worth it, especially just because like they don't look that good defensively at the moment. I know that Dan Burn potentially might be back midweek in the European fixture. Apparently he could be like on the bench and stuff. That also brings doubt to players like Livramento. He could even play like centre-back instead of Lascelles. So all the whole Newcastle situation right now is a little bit up in the air. I'm probably not going to go there just because there's like no guarantee who's going to really be playing. And they've just got so many games in like quick succession. So it's just not really worth a transfer for me. Plus, obviously, there's a massive doubt with Haaland this week, which I think everybody's free transfer is going to be spent on. But either way, Sanchez in goal with Sheffield United at home. We've got Gabriel, who's got Brighton at home. Porro, who's got Forest away. And Tsimikas, who's got United at home. I'm hoping that Tsimikas starts this fixture. If he doesn't, then I'm going to have Anderson or Kabore coming off the bench. And Kabore's got Bournemouth away and Anderson's got City away. So both not really great fixtures, especially because I'm likely to be bringing in Solanke this week. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, that obviously wouldn't be ideal. But yeah, Tsimikas, if he plays, I'm very happy with him playing at home to United because United just don't look very good. They're without Bruno Fernandes as well. He's got a suspension. I think like Rashford's ill as well or something, like he's not playing midweek against Bayern. I think there's a lot of injuries and a lot of things going wrong at United at the moment, and obviously they did just lose 3-0 at home to Bournemouth, so that's not the biggest confidence going into this massive derby that is Liverpool and United. And it's not even at Old Trafford either, it's literally at Liverpool, so it's kind of the worst situation that could happen. Porro with Forest away, absolutely fine playing him. I feel like Forest will score in this game. We're not awful at home. I know we've not been great this season, but you know, the City ground is still a difficult place to go, and I think we will probably score. So I'm not expecting a clean sheet for Porro, but hopefully some sort of attack and return will be very ideal. And then Gabriel, who's got Brighton at home. Yeah, this is a tough one, to be fair, because Brighton, they just score in every game, so I'm not really expecting a clean sheet in this fixture. It is at home, though, which does help a little bit. Yeah, I do need something from Gabriel, like a bullet header or something like that would be absolutely fantastic. But I'm going to be playing him this week anyway, because there's just not that many other options that I could really play. But all in all, like, on paper, the back line doesn't look bad at all. But, you know, the Sanchez potential injury, potential Tsimikas benching, Brighton probably going to score. When you kind of bring that into the equation, it's not as good as it potentially could be. But either way, though, those are the defenders defenders, and the goalkeeper. In midfield, we have Hee-chan, who's got West Ham away, Palmer, who's got Sheffield United at home, Salah, who's got United at home, who is my current captain, Saka, who's got Brighton at home, and then Son, who's got Forest away. So I could have 3 of these midfielders as a captain this week, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but we'll start off with Hee-chan. West Ham away isn't a terrible fixture. West Ham have just lost 5-0 to Fulham. They cannot keep a clean sheet, and Wolves look pretty good this season. I wasn't supposed to have Hee-chan for this week. I was supposed to get rid of him for Gordon around now, because obviously Newcastle have some pretty nice fixtures coming up, but because of other situations that have arose, mainly a ton of injuries that I've been very, very unlucky with in recent weeks, and I've got 2 more this week to deal with, he's just had to stay in the team, which isn't like the worst thing in the world. Like, I'm fine having Hee-chan. He's actually had really, really good numbers this year. Obviously, I'll have to get rid of him when the new cup's coming up, especially like a lot of players going to be going off to AFCON, Asia Cup, stuff like that. I'm going to have to get rid of him by then regardless, but yeah, hopefully this potentially could be the last game week I have him, because I think after Hee-chan it is like Chelsea away. Oh no, it's Chelsea at home, then Brentford away, Everton at home. I mean, I could genuinely keep him, but like he's not a transfer that I have to make. Like, it's a bit of a luxury transfer really, because I do have the money to upgrade to a Gordon or somebody like that. I think I might even have the money to upgrade to a Bowen, which I may also kind of start taking a look at as well. But yeah, absolutely fine keeping Hee-chan. It's just in my plans I was probably going to get rid of him this week for a Gordon or something like that. We've then got Palmer, who's got Sheffield United at home. He's on 4 yellow cards, so if he does pick up another yellow card this week, then I will not have him for the next fixture, which is not ideal, but hopefully he can go big against Sheffield United and get a few points there. And then Salah is my current captaincy, always does well against United at home, and Haaland now probably being out means that he's not going to be a captaincy shout this week, so Salah's goes a little bit higher in kind of my rankings. But as I've just said, Brighton always concede. You've got Saka at home to Brighton. That could easily be a really, really good fixture as well. I feel like as of right now, though, Saka doesn't have a haul in him. I feel like he'll snatch a goal here, he'll get an assist there, but with the likes of Salah, that, like, as he just did, got 13 points, Son, who just got 17 points, Haaland, who we all know can bag a hat-trick like it's going out of fashion, I think any of these players do have a massive haul in, but Saka's just not really shown me anything lately that warrants the captaincy armband. Like, he's got a couple of 8s, he's got a couple of 5s, but as you can see, his last double-digit haul was back in game week 6 against Spurs, which, as I say, it just doesn't scream captaincy to me. I think he's a really good asset to have, especially because he should be on penalties. He just doesn't look as dynamic as like a Salah or a Son this season with those double-digit hauls. So I'm absolutely fine having him in my team. I just don't think I'll be giving him the captaincy armband any soon. Son is my vice captain, who is, if it's not going to be Salah, it's going to be Son. Especially after that 17-point haul. Spurs looked really, really good. But as I say, I don't think they're going to score as many against Forest. I think we're really just going to sit back and just let them come at us and then try and catch them on the counter, especially because of the high line that Spurs play. And we do have pacey players like Alanga. Unfortunately, obviously, Awoni's out and stuff like that, but, you know, Gibbs-White, players like that. I think that we definitely can catch them on the counter. I think it's going to be like a cagey, like 2-1 or something to Spurs. So, yeah, I don't know if Son's really going to relish in that game. I know Johnson's going to score against us, obviously. He better not celebrate. I'll be really upset if he celebrates against us. So, yeah, I think that Salah is going to be the captaincy, because I think there's just going to be a lot of goals in that game, and we'll see what happens there. But either way, that is the midfield. Then up top, we've got Brentford away for Watkins, playing his old club, and then we also have Haaland, who's got Crystal Palace home. Very much a doubt this week, though. So yeah, absolutely fine playing those. I'm very happy I've kept hold of Watkins, because he's obviously got some really nice fixtures coming up, especially for that game week 18 fixture of Sheffield United at home, which is a blank for City and Brentford. Even though, as of right now, a lot of players just aren't going to own many Brentford or City players, because Mbumo, which was like one of the main Brentford players, injured. Pinnock, obviously, some people have. And then Haaland, he's probably going to be out of a lot of teams this week if he's not given the all clear. I mean, some people will go to like Alvarez, stuff like that. Maybe some people have a Foden. Maybe some people have like a Walker or something like that. But game week 18 just felt like a really bad situation. And now because of these injuries, we're just not really going to have to deal with too much. But either way, that's how the team's looking. We've got Turner, who's got Spurs at home. Kabore, who's got Bournemouth away. Anderson, who's got City away. And Archer, who's got Chelsea away. So, you know, terrible bench options, really. They all play, which is nice. But yeah, not ideal at all for a player to come off the bench. So let's move on to my transfers and the situation there. So I've got 1.3 mil in the bank. I don't have enough for Bowen. Actually, tell a lie. That's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, I've got 1.3 mil in the bank, and I've got 1 free transfer. So I think the smartest move to make this week, if Haaland is out, is literally just to get rid of him. Now, it's looking more and more likely that he is going to be out. I think it's been like found out that his dad plays FPL, and he's transferred him out for Alvarez. Also, Haaland's friend, who he follows on Instagram, he's transferred him out for a different player as well. So all of these like people that are pretty close to Haaland have transferred him out. Like, why would you be transferring your son out if he was fine? Like, obviously he's gonna know if Haaland's gonna play or not. Like, Haaland will be talking to him like, yeah, I'm just not gonna play. Like, if he's not gonna take his son out if he's not injured. So because of that information, even though he said to Pep like, I don't feel any pain down there, I can walk on it, everything like that is fine. And Pep even said like he may be back for Crystal Palace. It looks a lot less likely now, unless, you know, he makes a miraculous recovery over the next couple of days. So I think that Haaland's definitely going to be out. Again, I'm just going to wait for more information regardless, because otherwise it's going to be a transfer to get him out and then a transfer to get him in a couple of weeks. But it doesn't look promising for him right now. And so he's going to miss Crystal Palace, and then he's obviously got a blank in 18. It will be nice to have him back for Everton. Obviously, everybody's going to want him back for Sheffield United at home. I don't think it's a situation where I'm going to get rid of him and then plummet the funds into the rest of my team. I'm not going to go out and get myself a Trent or a Trippier or anything like that, because it's just going to cost so many transfers to bring Haaland back in for like the good fixtures that they do have coming up. So I think all I would generally do, and I might be able to buy him back cheaper as well, because I'm pretty sure if he is out for 17, he's obviously out for 18. He's probably going to go down a couple of like. He's going to go down a little bit of money, so you might even be buying him back at like 13.8, which would be really, really good, because you'll make a little bit of money on him, which is obviously really nice. So Haaland, if he's out this week, which again I think is very, very likely, is I'm just going to bring in Solanke, and I'm just going to have Solanke for the next 3 fixtures: Luton, Forest, and then Fulham. And then when they've got Spurs, just bring him back in, which is obviously when they've got some really nice fixtures. And like I said, I'm going to have 8.7 mil in the bank. I understand that, but like, what is the point of spreading that money around? I mean, I can spend 1.3 of it, maybe 1.4, 1.5 if Haaland does go down a little bit more in price. But obviously, I'm going to have to monitor that, because there's no way that I'm going to have to bring in like these other players and stuff, and just to kind of fit Haaland back into my team in a couple of weeks. So I think I'm just going to get rid of him for Solanke this week if he's out, and then just roll with that, and then just play him instead of Havertz instead of Haaland this week. And then next week, I don't know, I probably need to start thinking about getting rid of Anderson, but I'm fine kind of playing Anderson, who's got Brighton at home, because, you know, I feel like he does have a little bit of a goal in him, hopefully. But yeah, there's probably other players that I do kind of need to start taking a look at, like Heechan, stuff like that, get rid of him. But yeah, it'll probably be Haaland out for Solanke this week, and then maybe, you know, if Sanchez is out, I might have to start having to look at another goalkeeper transfer. So this is what I mean, these injuries are just kind of putting me off from bringing in the players that I really want to. But yeah, but between all the different options, like some people are thinking of bringing in Alvarez. I mean, I like him, obviously, with Haaland out, because he's going to be on pens. He's going to definitely play. And obviously the fixtures are great, barring the Game Week 18 blank. But at the same time, because of that blank, I just think it causes more issues. Like, I think Solanke over the next 3 definitely outscores Alvarez over the next 3, especially because he has an extra fixture. They're both on pens, even though Solanke hasn't had a penalty in the Prem yet, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, Luton at home, Forest away, and Fulham at home. Yeah, Fulham have been really good this season, fair play. Forest away is a bit difficult. Luton at home is obviously the best fixture out of those 3. I just think that Solanke is the best option to bring in out of those. And yeah, like I said, I'll just bring Haaland back in once he is okay, hopefully for that Sheffield United game. But either way, that's how my team is looking for Game Week 17. I'll probably make a wildcard draft tomorrow, final team selection Friday, all that stuff once we've heard more information. Obviously, don't make any transfers yet, because there's midweek fixtures, stuff like that. There could be more injuries, obviously press conference and stuff like that. Obviously, if Haaland is fine, I'm not going to be getting rid of him, and I'll use that transfer probably on Sanchez if he's out. In an ideal world, they're both fine, and then I can just roll that transfer, really. I mean, I could bring in Gordon instead of Heechan, but I don't think I'd necessarily need to, and I'd like to go into the next fixture with 2 free transfers. I could even get rid of Anderson and bring in a nice defender or something like that that's got some good fixtures coming up. But either way, that's what it's looking like. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.